What's up, Brett? Glad to
What's
see
up,
you
Chief?
back again. Man, Brick, how you doing?
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. Hope everybody had a fantastic day. It was okay here in Alabama. Just a little bit of rain, you know what I'm saying?
Just a little.
just a little bit, you know. Hey, I'll be honest with you, we're not floating around on no floaties or anything like that because of the flood or anything. So,
Right. I was happy I got my yard mowed over here in Western Kentucky. So, I mean, I'm all good for the rest of the week because they're calling for rain all week.
really, yeah, the same,
It's
same
been
way
it,
here.
it's been raining here all day, so I'm surprised y'all didn't get none of the rain today.
Yeah, we did. I've been dealing with it all day. You gonna take that one out there, Brett? The third one? You gotta take the third one out. And the
10
first one.
pointer.
Yeah. Take the first one and then yeah. There you go. That's what I'm talking about there, George. Skimpy on that one. So yeah. And make
Skimpy.
sure we're live over on Rumble Live. Everybody say it's on Rumble Live. It always takes just a few extra minutes for all that. See, all right, we're
Yeah.
live. Okay, we're live on Rumble Live. What the hell? What?
Uh-oh.
Hang on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Thank goodness I'm live. There it goes. Hello, Rumble Live. Hello from Papa G, RPV, and Miss Brigg. So, yeah. This will be a 2-hour show, folks. Just to let y'all know. So let me check one other place right quick. Actually, two. I got to check two places. Check old. Yep. Yep, we're live on Trovo. There we are. Yep. See y'all's ugly faces. Anyway, all right, so.
And you wonder why you don't have no friends.
Hey, dude, hey, I'm special that way. That's why I like it, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't have friends, I have family, man. Come on. It's all fun and
Well,
games.
we probably have a lot of people either eating food or they're still enjoying their 3-day weekend.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure. I don't blame them. But I tell you what, Real Patriots Force is right here. So,
Yeah.
just
Just because we're celebrating doesn't mean the news doesn't carry on.
That's exactly right. But yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and roll the intro. Here we go.
The record straight. There's no argument over the choice between peace and war, but there's only one guaranteed way you can have peace, and you can have it in the next second. Surrender. Admittedly, there's a risk in any course we follow other than this, but every lesson of history tells us that the greater risk lies in appeasement. And this is the specter our well-meaning liberal friends refuse to face, that their policy of accommodation is appeasement. And it gives no choice between peace and war, only between fight or surrender. If we continue to accommodate, continue to back and retreat, eventually we have to face the final demand, the ultimatum. And what then? When Nikita Khrushchev has told his people he knows what our answer will be. He has told them that we're retreating under the pressure of the Cold War, and someday, when the time comes to deliver the final ultimatum, our surrender will be voluntary, because by that time, we will have been weakened from within spiritually, morally, and economically. He believes this because from our side he's heard voices pleading for peace at any price, or better rev than death, or as one commentator put it, he'd rather live on his knees than die on his feet. And therein lies the road to war, because those voices don't speak for the rest of us. You and I know and do not believe that life is so dear and peace so sweet as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery. If nothing in life is worth dying for, when did this begin? Just in the face of this enemy? Or should Moses have told the children of Israel to live in slavery under the pharaohs? Should Christ have refused the cross? Should the patriots at Concord Bridge have thrown down their guns and refused to fire the shot heard round the world? The martyrs of history were not fools. And our honored dead, who gave their lives to stop the advance of the Nazis, didn't die in vain. Where then is the road to peace? Well, it's a simple answer after all. You and I have the courage to say to our enemies, there is a price we will not pay, there is a point beyond which they must not advance. Winston Churchill said the destiny of man is not measured by material competitions. When great forces are on the move in the world, we learn we're spirits, not animals. And he said there's something going on in time and space and beyond time and space, which, whether we like it or not, spells duty. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on earth, or we'll sentence them to take the last step into 1,000 years of darkness.
Brett, fantastic job, brother. Fantastic job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yep. So, but
Very
anyway,
nice job.
very nice. Had old Junior doing the old salute. Oh, yeah. To his dad. So, yeah. Don't get all tongue tied. Come on. You got something to say? Look at her. I don't know what to say. Come on, man. All right, so we got 3 watching. A whole 3.
Well, we got
Oh, yes,
something
three.
new in there I've never seen before. Needs wine. I whispered them, but I've not had a response yet.
I'm glad you can see that because I don't, I pay attention. To chat
I
rooms.
know.
I don't see any new chats coming up in there. I see yours, but
No, they have to subscribe if they want to chat. And that's what I'm letting them know.
Oh,
And
okay.
if they do Amazon Prime, you take Bezos' money and you get it for free.
All
And
right.
you can do that on Rumble.
So yeah, you can send us some Rumble rants over because, like I said, it's going to be a 2-hour show tonight. We got a special show.
I finally watched that Maverick movie, Top Gun.
Did you?
Over the weekend. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. So
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yep, it just came out, and I actually watched Running with the Devil like 4 nights ago, and I tried to sleep after I watched it. I was like, oh, don't watch this before you go to bed, because I had some weird dreams.
Oh my gosh. Running with the Devil. I mean, yeah, I think the guy's still alive. To be honest with you,
I do too. After I saw the ending of it, I mean, I had to, I know the guy was really super smart. I didn't know he was into all of that. I didn't know all that was going on. I mean, it was just crazy to watch.
You talking about McAfee?
Yeah, I see what we're talking about. So I mean, who knows? But still, I mean, it's still interesting. So, but yeah. All right, so let me see. Well, we got 2 watching over on Rumble Live. We just don't have anybody chatting. Okay. I don't care. They watch after the show. That's when we get our numbers. Share it out to all your friends and family, folks. Like I said, this is going to be a 2-hour show. We got a special show coming up right after hours. We're going to stream it live.
You're
Hey,
showing
by the way,
we got 5 in Rumble. On Twitch.
Pilot Mike, what's up?
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, you need to go. Have you seen that Pilot Mike? Running with the Devil? John McAfee. He's running with the devil.
I think the only place you can find that is actually on Netflix right now, right?
Yeah.
It just came out like the 26th of August or 27th.
Yeah,
Just
I
recently.
forget it's recently, but yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So those old boys, they were scared. Just saying,
No, we're not talking about a Van Halen song either.
No, no, that guy. Oh, how would you say? He was paranoid, but he wasn't that paranoid.
No, he had absolute reasons, I think, to feel the way he was feeling. And I mean, I don't think it helped once I saw that he was doing some other stuff that probably escalated it.
Yeah,
But I mean, he definitely had reasons to be feeling the way he was feeling. That's for sure.
yep. But
I'm surprised he had. I'm surprised he hadn't released all that shit.
how many terabytes was it? Like 31, 32
It was
terabytes?
up there.
It was a lot.
Maybe he has released it. It's just coming out in little blotches. Hey, Mama Bear. Pilot Mike, it's not weird shit. Come on, man. It's actually
To me, if I had that kind of information and shit, and I knew my life was in danger, I would release that shit everywhere.
oh yeah.
No, it wasn't weird. It was a documentary, and it was actually like a documentary of a documentary. So
Yep.
that's where you're like, oh, that's a double feature in one like thing.
Exactly. But I mean,
That's Mama
yeah, I
Bear.
mean, uh, but yeah, I mean, it's very interesting, to see what he was having to go through and what he went through, because the software that he put on all the computers very intelligent. So
Hmm.
just saying.
Well, you know what? You release stuff that's very intelligent, and then they deem you to be, we don't need you anymore, but we have your intelligence.
Hmm.
Houston, there's a problem. That's exactly where he was trying to take a couple steps ahead of whatever he was dealing with.
Yep. And with that saying, I mean, you got to think about it. Every computer, every government, civilians, whatever, worldwide, that software was on that computer. So
Yeah. No, Pilot Mike, it wasn't a horror flick, but in a
uh,
way, it kind of was a realistic horror flick, which dealt with our country and the world with the software technology that he created and what they were going to do with it. So,
yeah, exactly. That's good, Mama Bear. Glad that you're relaxing there at the house. Hope it's not raining up there in Illinois. So, right. Well, I tell you what, we got some good stuff.
Hey, we're
We'll have
missing somebody tonight.
who did
You on
Rex?
vacation again?
Huh?
Is he on vacation again?
yeah, he
Oh,
told us.
yeah, he's still on vacation. That daggum sorry ass wipe.
He left
Yeah,
on Wednesday again.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm fed up. That man takes more daggum. He gets more time off than daggum us government workers. Just saying. That's the truth. Am I not right?
I believe
I'm
it.
100.
I think he wants the cream. You know, that's what it is. He's young. He's got lots of cream.
He got sugar mama.
There you
He
go.
got he got half on it. So I'm saying. So yeah. Later fed
And
up.
that goes.
Just in case you catch the show later. Just saying that, brother.
And I never knew her name was Half Pint, and I started talking about cream. So you can't make that stuff up.
Well, that's her nickname. That's her nickname. That's her daggum TikTok name. But anyway, they must have watched a lot of Little House on Prairie. Just saying. Half pint. Come here, half pint.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, Lord. All right, so let's roll this one right here. Here we go. The judge has granted something for President Donald J. Trump.
Breaking. Judge Elaine Cannon grants President Trump's request for special master review of documents seized during Mar-a-Lago raid, blocks Biden regime from access pending review.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh. They tried hard not to allow that to happen. Oh yeah, they did.
Mhm.
So, so if you know anything about it, you got to elaborate. If you don't know anything about it, okay.
I don't know a lot about it, but it doesn't surprise me because I figured that this was in the works and it was going to happen. I mean, I
Yeah.
had no
Okay.
point.
Would that say it right there, Brig? The thing about it is, I mean, it's they're in DC. Got me? They're in
Mm,
DC, and for her to do this, she's gonna get scrutinized. Dude, the mainstream media is gonna bust her daggone balls. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, no, I mean, but she's willing to do it. So, she's probably already thought this out before she decided to even, make her decisions.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, with that even saying, uh, it would show that there's a two-tier justice system, even though
Oh, right,
we know that they are,
right.
or that there is a two-tier justice system. So yeah, I don't know. We know they effed up as far as the DOJ,
Yeah,
AG Garface. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Just I'm waiting on the goddamn videos to come out.
Well, and
Got me?
he's going to place those out because it's like a chess game. He's going to place them out when they need to be placed out. It's not like when
Yeah.
we want come and serve, like we want to see it now. I mean, so that put in place with her doing this lets you know that there's a lot of stuff that we're not seeing, but if you have any common sense, we know it's coming and it ain't going to be pretty for them.
Yep. And now we don't know, like you said, we don't know when that's going to come out. I would feel if it were me, if it were I would have probably just jumped the gun. I'd have had to have somebody to hold me back about jumping the gun.
Right,
I would probably put it out mid October just
right,
to show what was going on because we got another article here. It's not this next article, but it's the article after that. Then we got a video of President Trump talking about uh, what happened in that article. But
right.
yeah, just yeah, I would have already jumped the damn gun. But thank goodness that he's level headed, or he's got somebody like Dan Scavino holding him back, saying, "Hey, don't release him yet.
He's got
Just
good
hold on."
reservations when it comes to
Yeah,
releasing stuff.
yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. So, how y'all feel about electric cars? Let me ask that in the chat room. What do y'all think about electric cars?
Give us a
Yeah,
one for good or electric cars are bad too.
one for good, two for bad. Electric. Come on, chat rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a little slow. Let me see. Yeah, he's in trouble, Mama Bear.
No.
Ooh, let me see. NSA, if you're listening in, stay tuned. FBI, if you're listening in, hey, welcome aboard.
Not like we're not speaking the truth.
Okay, so Mama Bear, you said they're bullshit, so it's two. So you agree with electric cars? Okay, one for bad, two for no. So Mama Bear went for number two. So she's gonna be having her ass a daggum electric car.
Electric cars, one, that they're bad at this time and point in our lives, or two, that,
They're good.
they're good. That's it, Pilot Mike. Yeah.
Mama Bear's gonna get two of them tomorrow.
I might have a difference of opinion if they had the grid where it was supposed to be, but clearly the grid isn't going to be there for at least another 50 freaking years or even longer.
I'll be dead. I don't care.
Well, so will I.
That car suck. Yeah, you're exactly right. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the article up. Now, if you remember, if you want to read it all, you can read it.
No,
You'll just have to pull it up. So
I know I'm on it.
this is what happens.
Some days are just better than others. Today, at our Min electric car from DC ran out of battery at the road. Someone called one of our foremen and told him our car was in the middle of a haul road. He went to investigate. Indeed, ran out of juice coming from DC to Davis. And then he went back to the mine and got guys to push the shack so they could plug in to charge. Look at that.
You sure you want an electric car now? But what do you have to charge it with? You have to plug it into the electric grid. Come on now. Like Brig was saying, the electric grid, I mean, I would be okay with an electric car. Yeah,
If they
but
worked.
if they weren't. But you got to have a power source. I mean, you got to have oil. You have to have all that. You know, the electric. I mean, come on, it's not rocket science. I mean, shit, fire down.
I think that picture said it all. So clearly they're pushing something that isn't ready to be pushed. Ta-da!
This is not the daggum Jetsons, okay?
No,
Y'all remember the Jetsons cartoon? We're not there yet. So,
no. And that just showed it.
oh yeah, yeah, and some. So I mean, come on, man. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead with what are they saying in the chat room? You got
He
a
said,
grin on your face.
boy, Elroy. I know this song's in my head. I know this song's in my head now. Thanks, Pilot Mike.
Yeah, that's in my head too now. I tell you what, what's really gonna be interesting is when they come up with electric planes.
I will never fly an electric plane ever.
Pilot
Right.
Mike, when the batteries are gonna be so heavy in those planes, you ain't gonna get it off the ground. And
Mm.
I ain't kidding about that either.
They already have problems. Okay, they already have problems connecting fuel lines up in the air. Could you imagine them trying to get a plug that worked up in the air to
That's hey, Brig, that's freaking that's good thinking right there. I did not think about that. Yeah, it's very
It'd
good
be
thinking
a
on that
whole
one.
new meaning. Stay on target. Stay on target.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, that's very. I did not think about that one. So that's why we have people on this show that thinks about outside the box, sir. So there you go.
What do you think my husband did for all those years? So I mean, I've seen a lot of where they're trying to like get the fuel line up there from another plane to fuel the plane up, and I mean, they don't always get it the first try.
Yeah, you're right. Takes a little work. So,
Yeah,
I tell you what, I would love to be one of those. Not in the storm, but I'd like to be a pilot, and try to maneuver around and try to get that daggum big ass hose up in my daggum, front end to
yeah,
where I could, get the fuel in there. But that'd be very
right.
interesting. So I've seen some horror shows on that shit.
Yeah. No, he
uh,
responded. In-flight refueling is hard, and that's the way it is right now. So just imagine, like, if you got a plug that you're dealing with, and I don't know what kind of plug they would have because I've yet to see one. But I mean, makes
Brig,
you
the thing
wonder.
about it is, there's no way that you'd be able to do it because the batteries in the plane that's going to try to charge the plane. I mean, hell, what are you going to do? Do a damn supercharge? I'm being honest. I'm asking an honest
I
question
know,
because
I know, I know. And it's not funny because I mean, that's where this is absurd because you have to really, if you have any kind of brains, which most people do, okay, sure, yeah, this might work for cars. But you're trying to take away fuel. What are tractors run on? What are planes run on? Where all these other things ran on? They're not electric plug-in things. So I beg to differ with their little Green Deal plan.
I forget what I forget where I seen this. It wasn't on TikTok. I think it's actually on YouTube. Anyway, maybe somebody posted it on TikTok, but I didn't see it there on TikTok. But the Green New Deal people came to this such farmer and said, "Hey, we want you to try these out. This is what we want you to run." And you sign this contract. And he's like, "Well, I'm not going to sign the contract till the harvest year is over with." You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
They failed. Those things they failed.
Well, right. I mean, let's be realistic. Like, what am I going to go plug my mower in to go freaking mow my 4 acres of grass? I mean, maybe that's that. But I'm like, what about everything else that uses petroleum or gas? I mean, it's not just cars.
Right.
And they don't even have a grid that's functionally running. And their answer is, quote unquote, well, it's just going to have to catch up.
Well, with that saying, the guy came back. He said, "It costs me more, got me,
Yeah.
to do it with electric than it does with gas power."
Well, right. It doesn't make sense. Is all I'm saying. Like, if anybody really stops and thinks about it, it doesn't make sense. They're pushing an agenda that we're not ready for.
Yeah, and it's just pushing it raises our taxes on every damn thing, and gives more money to the people in Congress or backroom deals to buy stocks and stuff like that. That's what it's all about.
No, yeah.
So,
maybe perhaps a show where all the money went over to the Ukraine. Who knows?
Exactly. I mean, shit, fire down. I mean, come on now. This ain't rocket science. So
No.
Let's hit this one right here.
This is a country that is unfair and broken. President Trump compares FBI's raid on 16-year-old Barron Trump's bedroom to FBI ignoring Hunter Biden's laptop from hell.
Okay, here we go.
Rifled through the First Lady's closet, drawers, and everything else. And even did a deep and ugly search of the room of my 16-year-old son, leaving everything they touched in far different condition than it was when they started. Can you believe it? The FBI and the Justice Department have become vicious monsters, controlled by radical left scoundrels, lawyers, and the media who tell them what to do, you people right there, and when to do it.
And that, folks, was a shot across the bow right there. Now, you can go in there and look around if you have the proper search warrant, stuff like that. But you just gonna ransack the place? I'm waiting on them damn videos. That's what I'm waiting on.
I think we're all waiting on it. We just got to be patient because he's going to release it when it needs to be released. And I mean, I know we want it sooner, but I mean, I think he knows a lot of stuff that we don't know, and there's an appropriate time for it to actually come out.
There you go. With that saying, let's run our merch. Y'all ready for the merch? Here we go. Here comes Miss Pretty Susan.
I came on here to say Real Patriots Voice merch from FedUp Gear. So, get your merch.
A storm is coming that you can't escape. Tears are falling like blood and rain. The thunder's shaking and it's gonna break.
So go to Fed Up Gear and get your merch. And if you want one of our 20-ounce mugs, you can get any size mug that you want. You can go, there's the front of it. There's the back of it. And you can go right here to Miss Carrie's page, Projects by Carrie. And you can go get you one. All you got to do is just go to her page and you can email her and she'll send it right to you. Yeah. She got good prices on her stuff too. They're not
And we got the
expensive.
holidays coming up, so good gifts.
Yeah, yeah, good gifts. And if y'all want to help our boy Brad out, y'all scan that Venmo code in and help him out. So let's see. What that saying? All right, y'all know who Tom McDonald is, right? The rapper.
I might not know who that is nowadays.
Oh, you know what you saying?
Okay.
He has something to say. He has something to say.
Where he's looking kind of like a pale Skeletor. Just so angry. Don't be mad that he said a lot of Republicans are extremists. These are the same people who think a woman is anybody with an imagination who identifies as one. These are the same people that tanked the economy, inflated the price of living, brought us to the brink of war with Russia, cowered from China, funded the pandemic, ignored a fentanyl epidemic, food shortages, gas prices, amplified social unrest, took us to the verge of an energy crisis, and divided America at record speed. If anybody else made this many bad decisions, we wouldn't take a damn thing they say seriously. Don't let them upset you. They wouldn't know what an extremist looked like if it was fully dressed in body armor, burning down a city in broad daylight, and then walked up to them claiming to identify as a lawnmower, offering to cut their grass. Look, my dog has better judgment than these people, and I've seen my dog try to eat his own shit.
Okay.
Okay, okay. So if you don't know who he is, you can pull him up on YouTube. Anyway, he's spot on. You know, good thing. The thing I like about him, I listen to some of his music, but he's not bought and paid for. You know what I'm saying? Like the other
Right.
rappers and stuff. He's stuck to his guns. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Boy, they didn't like that one, now, did they? Oh shit, fire down. But anyway,
You know what? They'll come back.
I'm just fucking with them. A bunch of assholes. Oh my gosh. But let me see. Let's hit this one. Let's just get one.
Blow this up.
California.
California calls grid emergency with power use at 5-year high. Grid operator asks residents to conserve as much as possible. Prospect of blackouts underscores how grids are vulnerable. California declared a power grid emergency Monday as a blistering and sustained heat wave threatens to push the state's electricity system to its limit. With millions of homes and businesses cranking air conditioners to cope with temperatures above 110 degrees Fahrenheit, electricity use in the largest U.S. state is forecasted to hit 48.9 gigawatts Monday, the most since 2017. The state's grid operator is forecasting an emergency deficiency between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. local time.
Okay, the reason I put this back in there because we posted this last week. They just now catching up, folks.
Yeah.
They just now catching up. And what time does people normally get off? 4 or 5 p.m.
Or they're going into work. Either way. I mean, that's
yeah. But normally when a lot of folks get home, they start doing their washing, they turn the AC up or whatever the case may be. And I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all can look this up. I'll just be honest with you. California, New Mexico, and West Texas. Be on the lookout because you got some power outages that's gonna be coming because they're all on the same electric grid. You know. So hey, what about those electric cars?
they're going to be stuck.
You think?
My thing
Yeah,
is,
they go.
they call an Uber, and their Uber's an electric car too. So I mean, sorry.
Hey, Brig. Like you said, they're gonna be stuck. I mean, you can't make this crap up. I mean, it's crazy, absolutely crazy.
No,
So just keep your gasoline vehicles, folks. Trust me, you're gonna need them. So
oh yeah, and we got plenty of it. I mean, for I don't know. I'm not going to quote something, but I know for I could be dead for I don't know 50 times over. There'd still be plenty of fuel.
yeah, yep. So what? I'm just gonna throw this out there just for shits and giggles. I think they're trying to hoard all this oil and stuff for just themselves to survive. You know, I'm talking about the congressmen, the so-called the elites. That's what I
Hmm.
think.
Or they could
Well,
use it for trade.
yeah, but still, they're gonna want. I mean, they still gonna die one day.
Well, right. I think that, if that's the case and they're doing it for their families that are coming up behind them, but it's clearly not for all Americans.
Yeah. So I mean, they just going back to the old days. I mean, when I say the old,
Well, I know.
back
I know.
back to when time began. I mean, shit, crazy as shit. But anyway, all right, here we go. Hunter Biden.
Damning new details emerge in ex-FBI agent's role in shutting down Hunter Biden laptop probe. The extraordinary alleged efforts of a former FBI agent to shut down a probe into Hunter Biden's laptop was detailed Monday in a new report from the author of a best-selling book about the affair.
I think this has got part of it. No. But yeah, all right. So just let y'all know, the ones that's in here in the chat rooms, we're gonna be playing that movie on Wednesday, Hunter Biden movie. A lot of people they got mixed emotions and stuff about that because he gets away with everything. Yeah, yeah. Right now he's getting away with every damn thing. But we're gonna play it any damn way, just for shits and giggles. You know, just open people's eyes to more the
Hmm.
corruption that's going on that's being trying to be hidden. Now I mean, this stuff's coming out. The FBI, just like she just read, which we've said in previous shows and stuff like that, that they hid all this because of the election. So yeah,
Right.
we're gonna be playing it right here on Real Patriots Force. So you can like it or not. Really don't give two shits about it. You know, it's our show, and we'll play whatever the
You
fuck
can
we
make
want
up
to
your
play.
own minds on what you think. We're just trying to share with you what we have found out, and it's real.
Yep. So we'll pay for it. So let's see. Damn, we're gonna get done early tonight. You believe that?
Yeah, you lied about some 2 hour long motherfucking
Oh
show.
no, we're gonna have a 2 hour show.
Just
No, we're
kidding.
gonna have a 2 hour show. I don't lie about nothing. I ain't gonna lie to
Oh
nobody.
no.
I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I don't have any time to lie about anybody. All right, so hey, y'all think our Oregon harvesting is bullshit? Wow. All right, Brig, you ready?
Yes.
Hit it, girl.
China's forced organ harvesting demands U.S. response. American doctors go to great lengths to maintain the highest ethical standards as they work to save thousands of desperately ill patients waiting for an organ match, as underscored in recent reporting of innovative transplant experiments using genetically modified pig hearts. China's transplant sector, unconditioned by rigorous ethical rules, found a more Exponent solution. China created a thriving transplant industry, the world's second largest, based on a supply of organs forcibly harvested from executed prisoners, most likely prisoners of coincidence.
What? How do you say conscience or something like that?
Conscience. Sorry, I didn't say it right. Tried.
Well, I don't know if it's right or what. I don't know. So yeah, China is the biggest part of organ harvesting. This, you don't believe us? Go pull the videos up and you'll see them pull up and drag people into the vehicles. Just drag them up in the vehicles, and I got videos. I actually have videos. I'm not. I don't know. One night we may play these videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be up to the chat room if they want to see them videos. Put a 1 in the chat room for yes, you want to see them, or 2 for no.
Are they going to be extremely graphic? Are we going to have to warn our
Well,
viewers?
no, they're not extremely graphic.
Right.
I mean, you see a bunch of bodies laying around, and then they're putting them up on tables. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me, but it's like it's one thing to know something and then visually see it, which confirms what you already know, and it's the visualization of really seeing it and knowing that it's not made up, that it's a real deal. Like, there it is.
Yeah. Yep. So Mama Bear's a yes on that one. Yeah.
Graphic is my middle name.
Watch out, Mark. You'll get Brig talking about cream and shit. You know,
I've never talked about graphic cream. My God, I don't even know what that would be.
It's fed up with they stand 6 foot apart. Just saying that. But yeah. Let's see. We got one more video. Hey. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna cover this last video, and I'm happy to say that we got an article with this one right here. Now, like we always do, but this is very, very special. Very special. So after that, we're gonna go into intermission, and I'm gonna just put some music on from Pandora. It's country music, whatever the case may be. I don't care if you like it or not. Just stay with us, because we got another show. We're gonna be streaming live. So if y'all are up for that, let us know in the chat room. 1 for yes, 2 for no. So we're okay. So let's see, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Well, Brig put 1. Of course.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I need to put a chat here. How about that? Yeah.
You'll be asleep.
Mama Bear's 1. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just CLB. Hey, what's up? It's about damn time you showed up. You're in timeout.
I saw them, but they weren't in the chat, so I couldn't say hi until just now.
Well, you want to hang out in here and hang out backstage, and you just want to automatically pop in here and say 1. I mean, come on, CLB.
These geese need to make up their minds, man. They've been I don't know, flying around in circles tonight. I think they're confused.
They must be liberals.
I don't know. Usually they just go one way and we're done, and they come back around like 4 times.
CLB, okay. Let me see. Why you been walking away from your phone for?
They're cheating on us.
Yeah, they cheating on us. Dang on y'all bunch of damn
Lurking.
cheaters. Let's see.
At least they're here. Half my other friends that are usually here, they're probably drunk somewhere on margaritas. So,
Yeah, man, it is what it is. It's gonna be a mix. It's gonna be a mix between old country and got some. Should have some. Steve Earle should have some. Just differences. I got it synced in far to where it just changes around. So thanks,
so
CLB.
I got a
Thank you very
question.
much.
So these people
What's
know a
that?
little bit about country. So I'm going to say one line of a song. We're going to see if somebody in chat, not you, knows it.
Okay.
And I'm going to start out with just one line. Well, it was all I could do to keep from crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to remain.
Well, there's more
You
than one line.
don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even called me by my name.
Y'all
You don't
can't
get to
get
say
that one.
anything.
I want to. It's just giggles.
That's old
Yeah,
country.
she doing karaoke.
No, that was not
No,
karaoke.
I'm just man.
In
I'm
front of
messing
me.
with you. Damn it.
That was called a solo.
Yeah, I know.
Acapello.
Damn, Mama Bear, she listens to too much daggum Kanye West. What she does. so 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 does CLB. CLB probably daggum listens to too much Nicki Minaj. Just saying.
Well, I liked her in the beginning. I don't know if I follow so much now, but it is what
You
it
got
is.
you got a response from.
Whoa! Ding ding! Winner, winner, chicken dinner, Pilot Mike.
Well, I'm not going to sing it, but I'm going to say it. I'll just say it like this. I'll just say the words.
Let me.
No. There's a tiger in those tight fitting jeans.
Oh boy. Well, that's up to chat. Oh hell no.
If y'all don't get that one, y'all bad. Mike, I pulled that one out of my ass. You gotta think of a guy that's very well known.
It's not a boxer, is it?
No, he's dead and gone now. Great country singer. Cool, calm, and collect. Died on, basically passed out on the stage and died later at the hospital.
Merle Haggard?
Conway Twitty.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, it's tiger in them tight fit jeans.
All right. The only reason I always remember that one song is because any songs where you have an interaction with the crowd and everybody knows the little like stuff in between, you just never tend to forget, It's just, it's ingrained in your brain.
Yeah, all right. So we got this one last article before we go intermission. And here we go. Hey, I'm telling you. I love this shit, damn it. God almighty. There you go, Brig.
I'll make this bigger.
That's what he said.
Watch! Police kill pedophile in intense gun battle after high-speed chase. Man who pleaded guilty to child sex charges, was killed during a shootout with Milwaukee police over the weekend at the conclusion of a high-speed car chase that was ignited after he allegedly killed his ex-girlfriend just a few days after a judge blocked prosecutors from keeping him behind bars until his sentencing hearing.
Get that off there. Hi. It's some good shit right here. Dead pedophile. God dang. Now, granted, that Joker got out and started firing an automatic weapon against our beloved men and women in blue.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They lit that mother up. They lit him up. He's seeing the back of his eyelids now. He's no longer with us, of course,
Yeah.
like the article read.
That was
So,
the real
God,
deal.
hey,
That was not a game. that
yeah,
was
that's real deal.
that was intense. I was like thinking I'm watching like a game like what you see these kids play, but no.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
Swiss cheese.
yeah, he gone. Another one bites the dust. That's all I got to say. So, he in there, right? What they're saying right here? What you saying? Okay, Mama Bear, she said she can't wait to it.
Now I got all these old country songs in my head. Thanks a lot. Like I'm just going down memory lane.
Pedo no more.
Yeah.
That's what Mama Bear says.
He went back to dust. If there was anything left, I mean, I heard all the pops, and I was like,
Well, hey, I'm pretty damn sure that the Joker's probably putting a damn meat grinder.
no. But I mean, they had every right to do what they're doing because if he's going to be that stupid on top of it and like come out and do that, then that's the way it's got to be, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Hang on, I'm trying to pull something up to get y'all prepared for. Cause we're going. Like I said, we're gonna go into intermission here in just a moment.
You're right, Mama. And another one gone, and another one gone, and another one bites dust.
I ain't putting Queen on, damn it.
Hey, you know what? It's actually, if he was still alive, it's his birthday today. I think they said he would have been 76.
Huh? All right, here we go. We're going dark. We're gonna go intermission.
Got it.
Y'all stay tuned. Got a little Led Zeppelin coming up.
What's inside the dream? Is the back that led me to that place? Yellow desert scream. I shambled off beneath the summer moon. I will return again. And the desert lights I into when the moving through gets near. Oh, Father, up before winds fill my sails across the sea. With no provision, but an open face, Lord, the strength to feed. Whoa, whoa.
Showtime! Welcome to the Shipwreck Show. My name is Shipwreck, and I will be your host. And tonight I've got Jesse, or One God's Child, or United Stand. I don't even know what account you got. Like you're
30
you're
accounts.
everywhere. 30 fucking accounts. I'm on 25. I'm right up there with you. Welcome to the show. It's good to see you guys. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for
I'm so
having
glad
me.
you're here. Double M Glenn is in the house, and Scott and Amy Lewis and Andrea Cooper and Dan and Shannon. There's my beautiful Shannon. I just
love
love
her.
her. Purple Princess, I saw you. Purple Princess just got back from her and Amy. I don't remember. I can't remember. They just went to Flockfest and they had the best time. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow night with Becca. So that's for tomorrow night. But I hope you had fun. I hope you made it back safe. We love your faces. You guys, we love your faces. Thanks so much for being here. Jesse, welcome to the show. We were talking a lot backstage and then we just hit the live button and here we are. You've got an agenda and you got to go and I've got questions I'm going to ask and I'm going to let you do. The first thing you wanted to talk about was, before we go, the Shipwreck Show is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. We're not professionals. We are not politicians. We are not scientists. We are entertainment purposes only. This is strictly our opinion. Never take anything that we have to say as fact, please. And thank you. Also, this episode has been sponsored by Fresh Cap Mushrooms. If you take mushrooms, want mushrooms, tiger's eye, lilies, fairs, anything to help calm your anxiety, click on the link in the description below and check us out. You get 10% off. I use the Shipwreck 10. Also, RogerSaid.com, Shipwreck 5. You get your RogerSaid.com stuff. That's it. That's all I got. You want to talk about school board? What the hell's going on in your school board? We were all fired up backstage. Let's go.
So, I know a lot of people know, a lot of my followers know on the old tiki-taki that I have been standing up for the children ever since COVID started and the mask and the forced vaccinations vaccinations and all this stuff, I've been standing up and I've went to every school board meeting, and in a town of 175,000 people, only 5 parents at a school board. So this ramped up my fight, because it's like, oh my God, how do all these schools, parents don't know, they're not involved.
Can I ask a question before you go any further? When is your school board meetings? Can I ask you that? Like, when do they plan them?
They do them, man, they're usually like every 2 weeks or sometimes once a month.
So the school we came from would hold their school board meetings at 5:00 in the morning on a random Wednesday every month, and there really wasn't any kind of update. Like, we had no idea unless you went and looked for it. And
That's how this is.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons we switched districts, because the mask thing is what got me. But that's why I wanted to ask, because I think they do it on purpose that you don't.
Yeah, parents coming up there fighting and arguing with.
Nope.
And that's the town I live in. This is a very liberal city, and the corruption runs so deep. And like, I'm just gonna say a little bit on my fourth meeting. I went and did a public single board member, every single one of them, and you would, oh my God, the president of the school board had 4 pages of convictions. He had domestic batteries. He beaten his girl, FOIA'd the sheriff's department. I FOIA'd the town hall. You're talking about, I went and I asked for all their expenses. I went down to the bottom of the nitty gritty. I wanted a sewer. I wanted to know what y'all was spending your money on and all that. So on the 4th meeting, I went, and it's all on Peoria PSD 150 on YouTube. You can look at every meeting I've been to and watch me up there. And I've posted them on TikTok. I'm sure you've seen them too, Chip.
What was it called though on YouTube? I'll put it in the link.
Peoria PSD 150 on YouTube.
And I'll put it in the link after the show.
So I went up there on my 4th meeting. I let it rip, Tater Chip. You're talking about, I went through and I put everybody who had a background. I let it be known to everybody in the audience. The news channel was there. Week 25 was there.
Okay.
I went out there and I put it out there, like, you are corrupt. You're the president of the school board. You have charge of all of our children's rights and what they do, what they learn. And here you are. I had pictures. I'm like, here you are, other universities, other schools, maskless, but yet you accepted $265 million in 2 years from an ESSER check. But yet, where is the new school supplies? Where's the new laptops? Where's the new buildings? Where's the school sports supplies? My daughter plays sports for the school, okay? And they didn't have a uniform for her. She had to give up her size small softball uniform to the senior because the senior didn't have one. It was her last year. So make sense. So I put it out there on Front Street for everybody to know. Once I did that, all right, so once I did that, I was on their radar. Here comes meeting number 5. I show up. I have affidavits. I have power of attorneys. I have a whole list of stuff, right? So I put them on 2-hour notice. I'm like, hereby tonight, you guys are now put on 72-hour notice. I want girls to be out the boys' bathrooms, boys to be out the girls' bathrooms. I want toxic cleaning supplies out. I want no more COVID propaganda. I don't want none of that. You know,
They had
10 things.
Wait, did you have the gender neutral bathrooms? Oh my God!
They put tampon means in the boys' bathrooms.
I live in Cow State, like in Corn State. We don't have that kind of stuff. I checked. But you're in Illinois. You're not far from me. You're like a bridge over. But I didn't even know that it was like the Midwest. We just don't do that in the Midwest. I didn't know that. Okay, sorry. Continue. No.
And let me just go to show you just how bad. When you're in a blue state, it just doesn't like. And I'm from Grandma Ivy in Alabama was like, nah, buddy, we're not doing it. Boys remain in the boys' bathrooms and girls remain in the girls' bathrooms. It's like, it's simple. Like, they made a big deal that because a transgender couldn't go in. I'm just like, at the point, make them their own bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Make them their own bathroom. I'm okay with, like, if we can work around that, right? But don't make it to where you put tampon machines in the boys' bathrooms. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, if they got all that money from the COVID package, they could have made additional bathrooms in there, like gender neutral bathrooms.
Period. So by the fifth meeting, I went up to speak. I actually, you'll see on, if you, I can probably send you the link to the actual one on the fifth meeting. This was April 11th. I went into the school board meeting at 6:30. We all knew that they like to play with you. They will take your card out. You know, you got to fill a card out.
Yep.
And to speak. So we all, because at this point, I had a movement called Voices of the Future. At this point, we all filled a card out, and we was like, all right, whoever's going to be the speaker, but guess what? My big mouth. So they're like, you do it, Jessica. So I was like, all right, I'll do it. So whoever got called, they were going to forfeit their time and let me go up and do it.
So you were going to get to take their time. Okay, I'm following. Okay.
Right. So one of the moms in my movement, her name was called, and she stood up, and she was, she was sick. So she was like, I'm going to give my time to Jesse. And they're like, excuse me. And you'll see it in the video when I send it to you. I'll show it to you. But in the video, you'll see it. And they're like, excuse me. And he, the president, and they're like, he was like, you're going to give over your time. And she was like, yes, sir. So I went up, and he asked me my name. So he finds my name in the card pile, right? Takes it out. Okay. You see him take it out and put it to the other side of him. Okay. I go up to speak. I'm listing off my 10 demands that I ask. I'm like, you guys are hereby on notice. You have 72 hours to get with to make things right. If not, I am going to sue you for every bodily injury, damage. I'm going after your bonds. So right after I got done with that, see, at first, let me back up real quick, because before I even went up to speak, I asked the security guard, because we're not allowed to approach the desk or the table. So I asked the security guard, I'm like, will you please hand out these packets where they can follow along with me when I read it off? He said, sure, yeah, I got you. Yeah, and took them from me before the meeting started, okay? So when it did start and I was up to speak, he had the packets, and I looked at him, he wasn't taking them up. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna mess this up for everybody else. I'm gonna go ahead and read my list of demands. I'm gonna read my notice, put them on notice, and then I'm gonna get them and I'll take them to myself. So I did. I went back to him. I went to go grab them, and I remember seeing a lot of moms on these board meetings. They would take them and put them on the podium and say, "Here's your notice. You are hereby put on notice. You can grab them at your earliest convenience." So that's what I did. I grabbed them from the security guard, and I took them to the podium, and I sat them down with one of the mothers that was in our move. She was up talking. I put them down on the podium. I put them down a little hard, but I was pissed because I come from the South. Your word is your bond.
Tap. I got you.
Your word is your bond. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me you're going to do something, I expect you to do it. I'm saying, like, you agreed to it. If you didn't want to do it in the first place, you should have never took the packets from me, and you should have never, told me you was going to do it. You know what I'm saying? You should have never, if you had no intentions of handing them out, you should have never took them packets from me. But he did. So I put him back on the podium, and I'm like, all right, check it out. You guys are here, put on notice. They're right here for you at your earliest convenience. I go outside to use the phone and to call my lawyer friend to let him know what just happened, that he didn't hand out the packets. So did they formally get served? He said, you're on a recorded YouTube live. You got recorded. They got served.
Okay.
You read it out, and it's on record at the podium. So yes, they were served. So that same security guard came outside, followed me, listened to my conversation, chimed in and said that my lawyer was giving me misrepresentation. And I asked him, excuse me, who are you? You know what I'm saying? And so I asked, why did you not hand the packets out? He said, I'm just not going to disrupt the meeting. And I'm like, well, you should have never took the damn packets in the first place.
Well, no, yeah, because you're with your turn to speak. Because isn't that what he's supposed to? It's not disrupting the meeting. That's okay. Dang, I didn't know any of this was going on. All right, so you're in the parking lot and you're on the phone with your lawyer, and he's giving you misinformation, and you're like, dude, no, you didn't hand the pack off. What did he say? What did he say after that?
He kept saying that he kept saying that I'm just not gonna disrupt the meeting. I can't do it. You're not allowed to disrupt the meeting. I'm like, all right, whatever, right? So I was still on the phone. But I didn't say a damn word because I knew that how tight ship they ran, and how much they cut it off, because when we wouldn't, like, on our third meeting, when the mask was still a big deal, they didn't want to continue the meeting because of us not wearing a mask. But we had affidavits of attorneys. We was not to comply. If we was to comply, our papers from our lawyers was no lead. See what I mean? So, like, we couldn't comply. So, and we're there for Matt. See, they broke a public meeting act. Who's going to hold them accountable? Don't fucking worry, I will.
Dang.
I will. So my attorney, like, okay, so that was April 11th, all right? So after I got done doing that, I went back inside. I was still on the phone. I went back inside. There's 2 double doors. There's the metal doors, and then there was the wooden doors that you get into the lobby with where the meeting is going on. So I knew not to say a damn word. I zipped my mouth because I knew they would try and pull some shit. And this was because they just got served 72-hour notice. So I knew it was important. So I walked inside, I zipped my mouth. I didn't say another damn word. I went through. As soon as I opened up that steel door, I shut my mouth. I went through the other doors. I shut my mouth. I sat down in the very back row, and I have my phone on my boobs, and I'm watching, right? I turn around and I look, and there's a female security guard at the wooden double doors. We made eye contact. We made legit eye contact. She knew I didn't say a damn word when I got in that building. Not a word. So, Boone, the security guard that didn't take my packets, the one that followed me outside, that same security guard, he's head of the security guard the head of the security system, right? He's a supervisor. He comes in through the double doors viciously, telling me I need to get up right now. Get up right now. I said, "What the hell did I do? What did I do? I haven't said a damn word."
Okay.
Right. I said, "What did I do?" He was like, "I don't know. They said you was disrupting the board." I want to know who's they? Because when I walked in the doors, that female security guard standing right there knows I didn't say nothing. I knew they would shut the meeting off and shut it down because they did it before. So I zipped my mouth. I went into the hallway to ask him what the hell was going on. Why? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I speak with my hands. It's just a fucking habit. I can't help it. Like, it's what I do especially if I'm upset. I want some fucking explanations, right? So I go in the middle way. There's the metal doors and then the wooden ones, and there's a hallway. So I'm right here in the hallway.
Okay.
And I'm talking to him like, what did I do wrong? And I extended my arms out asking, what did I do wrong? Now let me backtrack just a little bit again.
Sure.
This guy was a Peoria City cop in 2014 for 1 year. So he knows the law. He knows that he works under the color of law. See, and a security guard is not allowed to touch you. If you are a problem, they are to detain you or try to keep you where you're at and call the law. They're not to handcuff you. They're not the police.
Right.
They're not to touch you. They're not the police. So as I'm speaking with my hands, he uses his cop strategy on me and asked me, he said, "Are you lunging me?" And I was like, "What?" And so he grabs my hand, twists it behind my back, shoves me against the wall, assaults me. And this is week 25.
This is the security guard. So he's not a police officer. Like, he can't, there's no citizen's arrest or anything like that he can legally. Okay. Following up for that. Right.
He works under the color of law. He works under he was to call the police. If I'm such a problem in a public area, he is to call the police and get them there, and they arrest me or handcuff me or whatever.
Right.
So he knew the strategies to use. He used his cop shit on me to try to use force. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, in the video that one of my moms of the movement had, you clearly hear her say, "What did she do wrong?" She came and literally sat down and didn't say a word. And they pushed me in a hallway because I've got a whole group of people outside, like around me, you know what I'm saying, in that hallway area. They stopped the meeting and all the parents come out there and they're recording it and shit. and they push me. They see how many people are recording and talking and saying, "Hey, let her go. This is wrong," and this and that. They shoved me down a hallway with the door and shut the door. Put me in this room with no. Put me in a room with no camera. Now, the dude. Okay, so I had to have 6 weeks of physical therapy for my wrist. He hyperextended my wrist and my thumb. That's how much force he used on me. The cuffs were on so tight that they cut the circulation off my hands, and I had bruises all across my wrist. I went to the ER that night. So let me go back a little bit. They put me in a room with that female security guard and another one. And I looked right at her, and I told her, I said, "You know damn well I didn't say a damn word I came in this building. You need to tell that man right now that I didn't say a damn word." She looked at him and said she didn't say anything. He got pissed, walked out the room, went back into the school board lobby room, dropped his walkie-talkie in front of the mother's movement, slammed, like, he grabbed that thing up viciously and slammed himself down in a chair. It took a breather, and then came back and was like, "You want to go to jail?" I'm like, "What the fuck would I go to jail for? I'm unlawfully restrained right now." Like, you guys are fucked.
She's saying your daughter was there and witnessed all this. And how old is your daughter?
She's 13.
So this all with your daughter over masks? Over
check
you
it out.
missing your oh my god.
Week 25, the news channel was there. I was less than 10 feet from them. Do you think they caught my assault? Do you think they come in there and said, "Let me get the camera on some real fucking news"? No. No. So they put me in that room. He found out that I didn't say shit for real. They chopped the most bogus fucking story up. So, okay, that was April. All right, so let me go finish that part off. So he come back and he was like, "Do you want to go to jail?" And I'm like, "I don't have no reason to go to jail. Like, you have already got me unlawfully restrained and you've assaulted me." So he was like, "Well, if you want to not go to jail, then come with me." And I'm like, "Well, shit, all right, so here I come. You know, I'm all right. I'm still handcuffed." So there's the double doors by the main office, and he was like, I asked him to take the cuffs off me. I'm like, "Are you releasing me?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, the fucking cuffs off me then." I'm not going. There was children out front playing with a ball in the front yard of the fucking board meet at the administration building. I'm like, "I'm not going out there in handcuffs when I did nothing wrong. I'm not going to be embarrassed like that. So you can take the handcuffs off." He was like, "I'm not going to let you attack me." I said, "Oh, fucking cliche, right? Like, you attacked me? The fuck? Like, I'm a threat." So
what?
Yeah, so the female security guard was like, "Come on, baby, you gotta live to fight another day for these babies." Like, she trying to pet me up, and I'm like, "Fuck that. I need an ambulance. Call me a fucking ambulance. Matter of fact, call the police. Call the police. Please. Call the police. I don't have my phone. I don't have shit. Can you call the police for me?" She's like, "Come on, let's just go to your car. Let's just go to your car." So they take the cuffs off finally when there's no out front. I at least appreciate her for that. They take the handcuffs off. She's walking me back. She's not physically touching me, but she's walking me back as I'm trying to find my daughter. I'm trying to find my purse. I'm trying to find all my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, here comes my daughter. She's freaking out around the other side of the building. They let her out the other side. She brings me my phone. I'm hurrying up and taking pictures. So, you know what I'm saying? So I have for my court case. So I'm calling the fucking 911. I'm like, "I want the fucking cops here right now." She's like, "Babe, just get in your car. Please, just get in your car." So I'm like, "You know what? You're right. I'm going to go ahead and take care of this." So I call the police, and on my way to the emergency room, I had the police meet me there. And I got statements. All the moms came and gave statements. I've been harassed by the same cop. Okay, so a Peoria city cop came to the hospital, did my report, gave me a case number. The next day, a detective calls me, which was weird to me because it was like, he's a homicide detective, but yet he's taking my case. And I'm like, "Well, you know, whatever." So he's like, "Can you come down to the station?" I'm like, "Sure, yeah, I'll bring my witnesses too." Cool, all right. Puts me in this room, takes my statement. I hand over all my evidence. She hands over all her evidence. We got the videos. They're claiming that I have FOIA for the videos from the administration building. It was just a big mess, right? 2 weeks later. Now, if I was such a problem to the school board, 2 weeks later, you finally served me a trespass, a criminal trespass. 2 weeks.
Not.
They did. If I was such a problem, the next day I should have had a criminal trespass at my door. They should have been knocking on my door saying, "Here you go, don't come back." They knew. They knew.
What are you
that
trespassing at though? That's a public meeting. That's public. That's public property that your taxpayer dollars pay for. The school, the grounds, all of it. How are they going to get you on trespassing? Okay, keep going. I got it.
It's a corrupt little city ship. It's a corrupt city. So
how much was the ticket? Just out of curiosity.
For
the
ticket?
Trespassing.
Oh, they don't get a ticket.
Oh, what did you get? You just get like a.
I had to go to the same freaking company that assaulted me was the same company that came to my fucking physical address.
Oh my God.
So now they know where I live. And I told my attorney this. I'm like, this is a problem. So anyway, so that now mind you, this was April 11th, the day I got assaulted, right? So when they handed me 2 weeks later, when they handed me, and they waited to the day of another school board meeting at 2 p.m. They brought me the fucking criminal trespass papers at 2 p.m. The meeting was at 6:30. July 25th was re-election for the president of the school board. They wanted to keep him there. So this is how they played me. So you're supposed to get 10-day hearing after you get served your criminal trespass papers, right? They're supposed to give you a 10-day hearing. My attorney reached out and was like, when's our hearing? And she was like, well, we can't really fit you in right now. And can you give us an extension? So my attorney was like, all right, we'll work with you a little bit. Just a little bit of extension.
Right.
Girl, August 23rd, I finally got a hearing. And they praised the other hearing officer. My attorney was like, no. I want an independent hearing. I want none of your people. Nobody you know. So I had to wait until to finally get to see the hearing officer, to hear my case, to hear his case, to get the evidence, all the videos that we had. And they were caught in lies. They said the reason why I got kicked out was on my phone. That wasn't the first thing that was said. I was never even talking on my phone.
Right. You didn't even have your phone from the sound. It sounded like it. You said you didn't have your phone.
Well, I did have it when I was, when I walked in. So, but I wasn't speaking. Nobody was speaking. Nobody was talking, nothing. I just had it sitting on my boobs.
Okay.
So anyway, so now, like, we just now got done having that hearing, and she has 30 days to give me a verdict. So now I got to wait for that verdict and see what they say. And then if I get it, if I don't, I'm still going to be trespassed when I have a child that still goes to school there. So that means I can't, and they're so petty that I can't even use an adjacent road to the fucking school. So if my child's sick,
how do you get your kid to
that
school?
Bitch in there.
I
drive my car right in there because
damn, I wish we were neighbors.
My child, though, like my child suffers out of it all. My child suffers. So I've already homeschooled one because COVID shit started. They did that 10-day quarantine shit, and that was illegal. That was illegal because they're not doctors. They can't say, well, your child's got COVID. You gotta aggregate them for 10 days because that's like you're picking on one child versus the other when that child's done went around the whole classroom, sharpen his pencil, talk to the teacher. Now everybody should have quarantined. In my eyes, that whole classroom should have, but they didn't do that. They kept on my child. So my child missed like 30 days of school and got behind because they kept quarantining her. So I just like, what? I'm pulling her out. I pull her out. She's homeschooled. I tried homeschooling Shaylin, my oldest. I tried homeschooling her, but she wants to do sports. She's a sporty girl, you know what I'm saying? And she wanted to get her driver's license. She turned 16 this month.
Right.
They did her bogus. They didn't even sign her up for driver's ed again. They were supposed to do it last year. They didn't do it. They didn't do it this year either. And what's crazy?
Because of what happened with you at school? You think they're treating her
differently? I believe it was. I do. She was the only reason what started my fight ship was she kept getting kicked out of school for not complying with my mask. She said, this is my constitutional right not to do it. They escorted my
Girl.
child out with 3 security guards. The same security guards that assaulted me were the same ones that were escorting my child out of class, embarrassing her for a mask. Not because she stole, she had a fight, she used vulgar curse words, she was being disrespectful. It was because she didn't want to wear a mask. And she got an escort out of class. They called security. It's called SARS. They called security and embarrassed her in front of all her classmates. This teacher made a big ass deal. You're gonna kill people.
Oh yeah.
Like, you really make it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what took my fight for the school board. That's what got me more involved. And so that's here I am. So now what I'm doing is I'm waiting to hear from the hearing officer what the verdict is, if it's guilty, not guilty, whatever. And where we go from there is if it's not guilty, where I can get back on the property, I am going after them constitutionally tort. I am suing the fuck out of every single board member constitutionally. Once I win constitutionally, I'm going on civilly. And once I go civilly, I'm going for the school board, I'm going for the city of Peoria, I'm going for the security officer, I'm going for everybody. It's war. You win constitutionally, civilly comes easy. So
okay. So I want to go back. So we're waiting. So okay. So we're this is kind of where we are now with this whole thing. Is we're currently waiting for the trespass charges to come. What are you facing? Do you know kind of what your max and your minimum you're facing when it comes to the trespassing charges?
It doesn't have nothing listed in there of what it would be. It's just like a 1-year suspension, like a 1 year. I wouldn't be allowed on the grounds for 1 year. Is what it says in the paper.
How are you supposed to get your fucking? This is not private property, though.
I know.
Dang. Okay.
Girl.
So
here, and once I get done, I'm giving back to the school. I'm putting my stamp in this city, this state, and I'm making sure I change the laws in this town for these children. I'm going to use my money that I get for winning, because each person on the board has a $1 million bond, and I can prove that they neglected their duty, their breach of duty. I can prove it to all 7 of them. So good luck. That's all I got to say to them. You know what I'm saying? They have an oath that they swore to. Every single board member does. They have to uphold their oath. And if they break that, that is a breach of duty, which I can go after their bonds. Good luck finding somebody to bond you again. So there goes your job. So I'm trying to help this town who's so asleep. It's a liberal city. Mm-hmm. I hate it here. I'm ready to go back home. South of the Mason-Dixon line. I'm ready to go.
Say, you could move
Wouldn't
here
have
to
these problems in the South.
Cowtown ain't even. They didn't do shit here in this town. Apparently, that's why we pulled our kids. We had a lot of problems too with the school board. Like, except we didn't know in these meetings where they would have them, and like, or they would have these emergency school board meetings, but we wouldn't know about them until after they were over, where they were mandating the masks for the kids again. So they would take masks away, and then they would mandate them again. And I raised hell, and I caught hell from like almost half the town, because they're all there. It's a red town, but it's purple, I think. They're very tight knit, but they just went. I was like, fucking, we're out. Like, I'm not doing. And then the superintendent, he quit last year, I guess, because of the whole thing. Because they were coming out they were getting kickbacks for the mask mandates. And I don't know if everybody knew that, but that was the big thing with the school. So if your public school put in a mask mandate, they were getting kickbacks from the federal government to do it. Lots of kickbacks, lots of money, huge amounts of money, which is why
my town in 2 years was $265 million. In 2 years.
The entirety of the state of South Dakota, it was up to the school boards, but the majority of them did not put mask mandates in at the schools there. But like we were right over the bridge, which is kind of what I said, because I sent emails because we never knew when the meetings were. But I'm like, we go over the bridge, and none of these kids over here at Northwestern have to wear masks, but we're a mile away over a bridge, and this doesn't make sense. Make this make sense? And they have the kids wearing masks during wrestling. They have the kids wearing masks during football. Like, these kids are they're spitting on each other. Like, none of this is making any sense. But then I found out about the money. I was like, you sons of bitches. Like, you know how much stress this was on my fucking kids with this stupid mask thing? Like, they were told the same thing by the teachers. Well, you're
for
really
2 fucking years.
You're gonna get someone really sick if you don't wear your mask. So when they would lose their mask, or if they weren't wearing the mask, like they would have panic attacks. They would come
Right.
home and have these just massive. So we pulled them for the next year. We're like, no, we're not going to do this again. And then we moved. Okay. So we're here. We're waiting on the charges. You're going to go to war in the school board, regardless what the verdict is. Is that my understanding?
Oh yeah, I got a badass attorney. I'm suited like
Okay.
a motherfucker. He's a badass. You know, he's one of them attorneys that listen, he respects my decisions. Like he respects that he got his family vaccinated. And he's like, the only thing I'm having a problem with is the COVID stuff, which I understood. Like I do understand. It is a fine line walk, you know what I'm saying? I get it. But he still respects it. I respect him, and look, he's a badass, and I can't wait until we actually get down to it. When we was at that hearing, it sold it for me because he was like, "Oh, wait a minute, sir, but Mr. Boone, you said on this date," and I was like,
I got receipts.
You go, but I had to be so professional. I kept my eye out the window because I didn't want to look at Boone. I didn't want to look at the freaking the lawyer that was drunk. For him, I didn't want to look at nobody. I just want to look out the window, and I was praying to God, like, God, please make my words swift. God, please make me cut. Like I did not want to say anything that would have like threw a flag. You know what I'm saying? Because that's being in a liberal city. It is hard. It is a battle. It really is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So prayers. Fingers crossed.
All the prayers, and we'll follow up. So I want to follow up with you. I'm gonna have you back on. We'll get you booked sometime after you hear the verdict and everything. We'll bring her back on. We'll go through the whole thing, and and we'll see kind of what your plan is. And maybe we can help you out too, raising money to pay that lawyer or something. We can do something to kind of help get more exposure. So definitely we'll bring you back on. I want to switch gears. So with the school stuff, the mass stuff, I'm here for it. We're gonna bring you back on. I want to switch gears to the rallies that are going on. Are you okay to talk about a lot of this?
Let's go, because folks need to hear this.
Okay, so it's my understanding that there is a rally going on, and there is a rally going on, and it's on October 8th, and it is I'm a little confused because some people think it's a save the children's thing. So it's like to protect babies from abort. It's a pro-choice thing. Now, there's two different sides to this. There's a side that is all for it, and they're going to go, and they want to unite, and I am not a protest person. I've said this before. This isn't new news. I don't necessarily get into the protests. I don't think they work. And I think they just cause a lot of people to get hurt and a lot of people to go to jail. And I haven't seen them work. We've seen it with BLM. BLM was the biggest march that we've had, whether you agreed with it or not, was the biggest march that we had in 50 years, and no police reform came from it, right? We had Roe versus Wade. That's not going to change anything because it's a state decision now, and that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know, And then there's been other protests too. The Save the Children protest, which we were talking about backstage, that didn't do a whole lot. They stormed the CNN building. It's great, and I love the youth that it gives you, but it doesn't actually create any kind of change that I've seen. Don't come for me. This is just what I've seen. Okay, and January 6th is the same, and I know there's a lot of shit about January 6th that isn't necessarily what they're saying happened. I get it. And beside all that, a point though, Biden was still put into office. The election was nothing changed. But a lot of people are sitting in jail right now, and a lot of people had their last ride, and here we are, nothing changed. So that's how I feel about the rallies. Yes, go ahead.
See, the thing is, they want the Epstein flight list. That's what our people, our patriots, our people on our side. They want the Epstein flight list. We all want the flight list, but you know what's crazy is I'm going to say anons, but our mainstream media says QAnons. So anybody that says QAnon is a mainstream media regurgitating fool. So
that was me.
Just letting you know.
I called them QAnons. I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't know.
There's
I know now.
And there's anons.
I know now, thanks to Shannon. She set me right because I said it wrong, and then I put it wrong in the live.
If you say QAnon, you're regurgitating mainstream media.
I'm just slow. Lily's flowers, thank you so much. I love your. I know that was my bad.
So the thing is, they want the Epstein flight log. Well, we all do. We all want it exposed. We all want the names. We do, but their names are there. There is a whole website where you can get the names. Okay.
seen 'em.
And then on top of that, you want to go to Washington, D.C., where nobody is there. We know nobody is there. We know
Right.
Biden's been working out of Tyler Perry's studio in Atlanta, Georgia. We know that the Washington, D.C. is shut down. It is foreign territory. There's nobody there but negative energy. You've got pro-choicers that want to kill babies, and then you've got mega people who are, some are Q followers, that are going to this rally. What you think's going to happen? And the person who's putting on this rally didn't tell nobody till the other day that, oh my God, October 8th is a satanic ritual day, on top of, you know, you're going to go take us. The mainstream media is waiting on us. They're waiting for QAnons to show up. They want gun ban.
Saturday.
They want a big show out. They want people, they want friction to happen. And then guess what's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of our patriots that are going to go down. They're going to be arrested. They're going to get hurt. Why would you not disclose that? You know, if you would have started out the protest and said, you know what, we October got the date.
Okay.
Unfortunately, guys, there is a pro-choice rally going on the same time, and there's going to be media coverage. If you would have told them that from the jump, I would have respected you way more. But you didn't. You went all these weeks, and then now you want to tell your people that there's a potential danger. I'm sorry. In my opinion, I don't think it's a good idea. I'm not telling you to not go do it. You are free. You're in America. You're an American. You can do as you choose. But be smart. They're setting us up. If you're not watching or listening, they're waiting for us, Trumpers. That's why Biden put that speech out. They're waiting for us. We have to be smarter than that. They're trying to set us up in any and every angle. And we have to be smart. That's all I'm asking. You want to go? Go. Hell, take your pitchforks, take your Coleman fuel, take your bombs, whatever you want to do. But just know that you are at potential for harm and to be in trouble.
Please don't do that.
So
We do not promote violence here on the Shipwreck Show. YouTube, we don't promote violence. YouTube, we already got taken down for that.
I'm sorry.
Shannon went on a whole rant about Hillary Clinton. And if anyone deserves it, it's Hillary Clinton. I know. I want to go. Okay, so I want to go back to this. No, you're fine. So again, I don't know. I didn't even know of the rally until today. Like, I didn't know any of this was going on. I know people have talked about it, and then I know there's two separate things going on. Actually, well, there's two separate things going on, period. When it comes to the rally, when it comes to the beliefs, I know that some people have changed their minds. And again, like, this goes back, like the Q stuff, you know, I watch it. I have worked with Shannon, you know, I've worked with you. I'm open to all of it. It doesn't matter to me. Like, and Kramer said I'm wishy-washy, and that's fine, but I'm open to all of it. Some of it's very interesting. But with the protests after January 6th, so here's going to be my question about it. Okay. So with January 6th, we all know that the coverage and the bullshit that's coming out with the January 6th hearings and all that, it's bunk. I mean, it's bunk. Okay. It's garbage. We all watched it live. We know that a lot of that shit didn't happen. We know Antifa was there instigating. My concern with this is that they did that with January 6th. They spun it that way on purpose so that anybody that wanted to do rallies after that would be second guessing getting together and doing does that make sense, doing a rally like that? But like I said, I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm not going to go, but that doesn't mean that other people, you know, it gives them something to do, the illusion of something to do.
I get it.
I'm for that. Do you think that maybe that was kind of the point, though? Like, to maybe, like with January 6th, the reason they're spinning it the way that they are is to get people to stop doing the rallies and stop publicly.
They want us to fight.
Okay.
Because they want us to prove that we are domestic terrorists. They want us to prove, because you put two negatives in the same entity, what's going to happen? It's going to explode. That's a negative. It's going to, it's not good.
In a negative term.
It's a recipe for disaster.
Okay.
And they know that. Oh, let's have a pro-choicers with people that are not pro-choicers and see how this goes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, or fool me, fool you. You know what I mean? Fool you, fool me twice.
I get.
Dang it! I'm all tongue tied.
You almost had it. We almost had it.
Almost had it. Shame on me, and then shame on you. But anyway, I mean, I think I'm not saying no names because that's not what we need to do, but there is somebody that is on the TikTok app who is a big influencer that I feel is a plant. I've heard that he is a plant and is leading people to do, other creators to say and sway things a different way. Okay.
Now, when you say a plant, help me understand what that is, just in case some other folks maybe don't.
A fed boy. Fed boy who is basically undercover.
Okay.
And gathering. See, there was a Q drop that said you need to watch who you're following. Some creators are getting a huge group of followers off of the movement. That was a Q drop. Okay. And then the Delta today. Have you seen it? Do you I guess
no.
You don't. Okay.
I wait for Shannon.
I don't. The Delta today was I don't even think I can look because I'm still on here. Damn, that's why I wanted to get on my laptop. That why do you think the attacks on the Q movement are happening pretty much? Like, why do you think people are coming for Q so hard? The attacks. And they're portraying themselves as mega. Because they're trying to plant themselves. Oh, let me get all these, because by this person, I'm not saying no names. Remember, last year was doing this, was following, got all these people, right? And then now, where are we at?
Right? Now Q drop is. No, hold on one second. Now Q drop or Q drop. What the fuck was I just gonna say? You had me, and I was hot, and then I was gonna say that made logically that actually kind of makes sense to me, right? Because somebody said in the comments too, it was about this trying to keep us divided. And divided, obviously, if we're divided, we're easier to
weaker nation, right?
And I'm not talking like just like I don't agree with your stance, or I don't believe what you believe, or I'm talking about like triggered, divided, like angry, triggered, divided, like left, angry, triggered, divided. This is some stuff that the left, it happens on the left all the time. I don't know if you've ever been to the left side of TikTok. They're eating each other over there. You guys go check it out. They're eating each other over just kind of almost the same shit. Like it's not a Q thing, but it's like they're eating each other. And so that kind of makes sense to me because, and I never understood this either, why, if the Q stuff wasn't, I've said this before, if the Q stuff was a psyop,
thank you.
Because it failed. Because if it wasn't for Q, obviously thousands of people woke up. We had the Save the Children's marches, whether you believe in marches or not. I mean, they did it. Like we went out, people are paying attention, child trafficking is front and center. Everybody that votes is mine for the most part. If it was a psyop, it failed, I believe, because too many people woke up. And what is in the psyop is that the mainstream media is very biased. What is in the psyop is that we absolutely have a problem with child trafficking in this country. Absolutely, we do. Doesn't matter what it's for, because it doesn't matter what it's for. We have a problem with it, a huge problem.
We do.
And I think more people are aware of it now than they were possibly even in like 2019. And so, regardless of whether you stand with the Q stuff, and there has to be something to it because it gets so much negative attention. And I have found that when something like that happens, like if it's getting like Donald Trump, right? If the media is just attacking the shit out of him, like there's something wrong. There's something that I'm missing.
Well, see, Q is military intel. That's what Q is. Mm-hmm. It's military intel. They give us the crumbs for us to go search, so we get it with our own eyes, ears, and mind, right? So we have our own truth. And the job as Anons is to receive the information, to research that information, to find the truth, to get it out to the mass, to wake the mass up so they'll do their own research and they'll see with their own eyes, ears, and mind. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's the Great Awakening. But see, when you got the mainstream media, You could tell on Target. You could tell because now all of a sudden QAnon's coming out. Now we're domestic terrorists. And if Q wasn't real,
we're right back to where we were in
if
2019.
Q wasn't real, why would Trump retruth Q drops? Okay, why would Trump ever walks out from his speeches or his rallies? He does a Q. Why? It just it's like we know the left created the conspiracy theory to dwindle the people away from knowing the truth. We know that. So when they start labeling conspiracy theory, now they're doing it with QAnons. You got to make it make sense. If it wasn't for Q, I probably wouldn't have my spiritual awakening. Let me say, I had a whole week of crying. I felt like I heard God's voice. I heard him tell me it's okay. That's all I heard. It's okay. But them words, when I heard it, I was sitting right here in the same spot. I heard them words. It's okay. An instant bawl like a baby came through my body. And I bawled and I had boogers coming out of my nose because I was crying so hard. Like I'm not religious by no means. Like I'm not a Bible thumper. I mean, I can recite verses. I can, you know what I'm saying? I consider myself, I've accepted God into my heart. I've accepted Jesus, all that into me, right? I've went to church since I was young. Every Wednesday and Sunday, I went to youth ministry. Every Wednesday and Sunday by myself. I've been baptized twice. You know what I'm saying? I sin. I have to ask for forgiveness every night, but that's between me and God. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nothing to do with nobody else. But the thing is, I would have never been spiritually awakened if I didn't follow Q drops. Right. It got me to closer to God. And when they make fun of frogs, oh, you guys are chasing around JFK Jr. and frogs. You know what frogs are? Frogs are army. Frogs are army. Frog stands for faithfully rely on God. That's what frog stands for. It all takes to God. And people say, I put no trust in man, I put it in God. We are. That's what you're not understanding. We are. It all follows to God. And people are not understanding that. Like, you guys are just this fairy tale. Well, they would take five minutes out of their time. Get off Google. Go use a different site. You will do your own research. You will start to see what I've seen because I too was once like you. I too was like, man, that shit's a psyop.
Can I ask you something right there? I want to bring this up, and I brought this up a whole bunch because people constantly tell me, look, they can't take them. You can't keep coming back down the ladder. We can't save them all. They all get to come. People, and this is what I tried to tell Kramer that night too. Like when it came to the Q, because he's trying to shake people awake that it's a psyop. That's fine. But you're not going to make people believe that by screaming at them for one. You're also not going to make people believe that because they're not ready to believe that. And it's kind of the same way with this too. Like I can't wake up the left by telling them, look, Donald Trump, and do this, and you need to, or telling them. They're going to realize it they have to come to that conclusion on their own. And this is why I found it so interesting that with the Q stuff, like everything that has happened from 2019 to now has affected every single person in their house, in their home, from people losing jobs because of the jabs, right? Okay, so maybe you got the jab. Well, now you can't afford to fill up your car, okay, because then the gas is so high because you voted for Biden. Okay, that's fine. Well, that's fine. I got an electric car. Well, not if you live in California. You're fucked. You can't go anywhere. You can't charge your electric car. Like every single person, whether they admit it or not, whether they agree with it or not, they're all seeing this for what it is. And it is basically the swamp just ruining the United States of America. And it's almost like the one thing that I resonated with the most, I still do, and you can come for me, I don't give a shit, is that it had to be this way. It had to be this way. I never would have woke up. I never would have started paying attention until it affected me in my life. When they kicked my motherfucking kids out of school for a cold. I am like, what? They're like, COVID's killing everybody. And then they're like, you got to wear this mask to go to Walmart. Bitch, no. Like, no. Have you seen our Walmart? It's dirty. No. That doesn't make, if this virus is so bad, we're just fucked. Like, that's it. Like, this mask ain't going to do nothing. Wash your hands. Like, that affected me and I wasn't paying any attention. I still had CNN playing in the background as I was folding laundry. It's like a moron.
Oh no.
But they kicked my motherfucking kids out of school. And then they
Yeah.
made them wear masks like little Chinese army soldiers. And I'm like, no. And
Trying
then
to
I started
muzzle
to
our
pay
kids.
Yeah. So then I started to pay attention just a little, but it took that. If they had not kicked my kids out of school, if I spend all day with these little they were monsters at the time, like
But I
straight
love them.
monsters. I love them, but I'm like, man, I don't get second breakfast. Like, how am I going to make my TikToks with all this noise? But if that had not had happened, I probably would have just kept minding my own business. I wouldn't be here.
Right.
I wouldn't be doing what I'm
Right.
doing. I would have never found Q. I would have never found the fall of the cabal. I would have never learned about Hollywood.
Right.
I would have never learned about the swamp. But it took that one thing. And this is what I'm telling people. Like, you can scream at them, you can tell them all day, but until it affects them, until something happens that is out of their control and in the control of the person that they voted in or whatever, and they get
Right.
fucked, they're not going
Right.
to get it. And so I
Right.
kind of just led with that for the most part. And boy, it made my life more peaceful. Fuck
Yeah.
you people. Block. I don't have time for your nasty
Right.
comment. Goodbye.
Right.
I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah. But people don't. Why? If the military is in control, then why is it so bad? Is it that bad? Is it
Is
really
it
that
though?
bad? Because
How would they
Biden
let everybody
was-
die? Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
If Biden really was, we would probably all be in flames.
Right.
We would, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this real quick. I think the person you need to get on your show is Derek Johnson. That dude is a freaking MVP. I don't know if you've heard of him, but Derek Johnson, he used to be military, right? And he explained it by military law why Trump is still your president. Military is in control because of every bill that Trump signed before he left. Everybody's like, well, what did Trump do in the 4 years he was there? Sign bills. Derek labels it out for you. Like, I got an email, I can send it to you. Shit, you can look at all
send
the
it to me, I'll bring 'em
documents.
on.
So after this, you can send me your email, or I'll text Sonia, whatever. But I'll send it to you because it's got every bill that Trump signed. That's why my man's is the freaking bomb.com. Because listen, and people don't even know that. Like even Derek said it. 75% of Americans can't even tell you the foundation of America. They can't even tell you where our foundation come from. It's like, wow.
I didn't know either till 2019 when I had to go back and relearn civics. Like, I fucking hated that class in school. But I sure did. And when the inauguration happened in 2020, I'm like, that wreath is supposed to be 7 inches from the ground and it's only 4. And what the fuck is going on? Like, this is like, but then it was over. And
But
I was
he
like,
told us it's happened in our face, though, shit. Trump told us. He said, I'm simply not just handing power from one party to another. We are handing power back to the people.
Which is what
Trump
the Supreme Court, I know, which is what the Supreme Court is doing with Roe versus Wade.
Nobody paid attention.
I know.
It had
The
to
one
be this
thing-
way. It had to fix the
The one-
corruption. How do you
the-
catch them all?
The one thing that I get a lot whenever we have this conversation is, if that is the case, then how are you going to let this many people suffer? How are you going to let this many people, all these people are dying because they took the jab. All these teenagers are dying because they took the jab. All of these kids. The reality of it is too, and if you're going to look at this like biblically or spiritually, there's one thing that can't be fucked with, and that's your freedom to choose, your free will. They cannot mess with free will. They took those jabs, and it's sad, and I feel for them, and I'm sorry it happened. We tried. Like, I tried. I kept getting, but we tried. But they lined up. They took them so that they could get on a plane and go to Bali. They took them so that they could play football at A1 college. They took them so that they could go back to the school that they wanted to go to.
Right.
It sucks. And it's not right. They were lied to, but we're lied to all day long. So it's all about, you
Fallen
cannot mess
angels.
with some,
We've got them.
you cannot mess with free will. And they did this on their own free will. And
See, God blessed us with an immune system, though, Ship. And that's what the thing
I
is
know.
we have turned our back from God. We took God out. We took the Bible out of school, but we'll give a Bible to them in prison. Well, if you give it to them in school, maybe they wouldn't end up in prison. You know what I'm saying? It's all like catch-22 in life. But yes, like I almost fucked up and did it. I was going to school to be an RN, and I thought I was lined up. I went to the clinic. I called my Alabama doctors and stuff because they used to have house cleaning business in Alabama, so I used to clean their homes. I called them up and I'm like, listen, this is what I was told to do. And I need to know because I was nervous. And I just got spiritually awakened. So I'm sitting like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you think I should do? He said, Jessica, let me tell you something. This is an ER doctor from Alabama. He said, in Alabama, they never lived like there was COVID. They never lived like there was COVID. So it was just like nothing ever happened. But here they live like, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. So
Iowa, they didn't either.
Right.
Except
So
we didn't do anything.
he said, Jessica, I'm going to tell you this. You go into that clinic, you ask that doctor or that nurse to open up the box. And if there's no ingredients in there, do not do it. And I did it. She opened it up. It was nothing. It was blank. So the only thing it was saying there is left intentionally blank on the bottom. I'm like, okay, deuce my car. I had a prayer with God. God told me to drive away. I drove away. And I never did it. Like, but unfortunately, my son just went to boot camp. He went to the military. They forced him to get it.
Yeah.
So now I'm sitting here panicking, like, okay. And then he got so sick, he said, Mom, I was sick for a few days. I was throwing up. I was this, I was that. I'm just like, I cussed the recruiter out because I'm like, God damn it. You swore an oath. Sir, you swore an oath. You are to uphold the Constitution and your rights. I was pissed. Mm-hmm. But he didn't say nothing. But also, I've got a few military buddies, and they did they helped me out a little bit. And they were like, Jessica, he got a peanut butter shot. He got a peanut butter shot. They're not giving the military. It's placebo. They're not giving our military. They'd be manslaughter. They're not going to do that. Like, because that's Trojan horse, right? That's Trojan horse. But yeah. So, man.
No, I get it. I get it.
It's a lot that we're battling in this world, and I just hope people choose wisely. Like, we don't want you to tell you what to do. We don't have to. We're not forcing you to believe in Q. We're just asking you to take 5 minutes out of your time. Talk to the nearest QAnon, mainstream media would say, QAnon. Talk to your nearest QAnon conspiracy theorist friend and information. Because, for people that don't believe, we probably realize a lot more common than you think.
We care a hell of a lot more about you than the government does.
We do. And that's what we're trained. Anons are trained to be there for everybody. Because we know the truth. We've went down the holes. We know the corruption. We've seen Frazzle Drip. We've seen what Hillary Clinton and John Podesta and all them are doing. We know. So we're already trained in our heart and soul, our mind, to be prepared for when you finally find out. Because it may absolutely kill you. Like, it's going to hurt your heart, your feelings to know all these millions of children, where they went. What happened to them? Super Bowl, Olympics. That's the biggest time for trafficking the children. Underground. I bet you didn't know that there was tunnels underneath your feet, probably right now, where the children were going through. And Trump said before he left, we are training a military to fight underground. For what? Child trafficking. And you know what's crazy is I don't see enough TikTok creators on the TikTok app, the big ones, speaking about child sex trafficking. You claim to be a patriot. You claim to be a mega. You claim all this stuff, but I don't hear you not one time speaking about child sex trafficking. Because it's not your doorstep. It is on the doorstep.
So I want to go back. I want to touch base on that a little bit too. So we talk a lot about the child trafficking stuff, and a lot of people are really disheartened because they feel like when Trump left office, he had the executive orders and he had the teams in place that were taking down the traffickers. That was a legit thing. It was a legit executive order. And then Biden reversed it his first 3 to 6 months in office. He did all the reversals. But it's still happening. And I'm telling people this all the time. We read, I think, 1 or 2 articles a week. I see them every day. I follow certain news on Twitter that you're just not seeing them. CNN's not covering them. Fox News ain't covering. Nobody's covering them. These are all these local newspapers. So the trafficking problem is still being dealt with. So that's interesting. So that's because that was like a Trump thing. So I don't know if that order just didn't go through. I don't know. But it also brought a lot of light to the trafficking problem. I don't remember. What was you talking about before that, too? I had a second point about this.
Girl,
oh, my God.
We've been
creators.
All over the map.
We have been.
Big creators.
Oh, the child trafficking stuff. Because it's really like, and I've seen Frazzle Drip, the original Frazzle. I saw original Frazzle Drip. I've seen the other evidence against John Podesta. I've seen this stuff with Hillary. I've seen it. The leaked shit from Wiener's laptop. I mean, the original
from
shit.
Epstein's Island. Yeah.
And it's terrible. And it's terrible. So I have some compassion for the people that just can't believe it. And here's why. Yeah, like you said, you cried, you had boogers in your nose. I was awake for a month. My kids didn't leave the house. Nope, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's still it changed the way that I parent 100%. So there's that. But two, I feel like too, a lot of times, especially with a generation that we have out here that maybe they've never experienced the type of evil that's being talked about. And what I'm finding out too is a lot of the people that believe what's going on with the trafficking have had childhood trauma in regards to sexual assault themselves. And so it is easier for them to believe in the evils like this because they've experienced something, either it or something very, very similar. So they're like, yeah, of course, this could be legit because it happened to me, or this happened to me, or I saw it happen to my friend, or the people that have experienced it. I think it's easier for them to accept just how bad it can be. And then I think if you haven't experienced that kind of evil, it is really hard for you to wrap your mind around, because it does sound like a horror
For sure.
movie. It does.
Yeah.
It does sound like something like that. So I have compassion. Does it make it right? Do I think you should be burying your head in the sand? No. But I have compassion for the fact you probably can't stomach it. And
Right.
and I'm okay with that. And as long as you get the fuck up on my comments, and research who you're voting for. I don't care if you believe it or not. I don't care if you believe
Right.
Q or not. I need you to research who's running for election. I need you to vote with your brain. I need you to make the best decision. I need you to be informed. That's what I need. I don't care what you believe. Be informed, though.
It hurts my feelings because in our movement, we've got a few people who survived sex trafficking, and they're just now getting a voice. And here you've got somebody sitting in their screen saying, you ain't doing shit, it's a psyop, what I'm saying, this, that, and the other. Well, I beg to differ. I bet they'd like to tell you different. They survived it. They got out of it.
Right.
And one of them's very, very close. She was from the Vatican. So I dare someone to tell me that, things ain't happening. She was saved. A few of them was saved. And they're in our movement. They're part of us. They're my friend. They're my family. My frenemy. I like to say it because, friend, family.
Yeah, friend me. Family.
Frog. Yeah. So they're part of our movement. And you guys they're just now getting the courage to speak. And here you guys are belittling them, shaming them. You're telling them that they ain't shit. Like, I'm pissed at these creators. They need to grow the hell up and quit and take fucking khakis off and be more of a patriot than they claim to be. You're making video after video after video after video, and you're trying to call people out, all for what? Because you're too lazy to do the research. There's people involved that are that were trafficked. You are hurting them because here they're torn because they like you, but here you are down in the movement that they were saved from. I don't care if you believe it or not. Keep your opinions to yourself. I know you say, I'm from America and I'm American and this. Have some fucking heart. Because these people are just now wanting to say something, and they don't want to speak up because they're afraid you're going to make fun of them, because they have. They've been on lives making fun of people. The days of bullying, cyberbullying, you put up or shut up, because not near one of y'all speak about sex trafficking, child sex trafficking. None of y'all do. That is our problem. The children should be uniting us. And you're not. You guys are just out here being children on a children's app. And let's make fun of this person. Let's make fun of that person. Yet, it's time. We've tried reaching out. The Cube movement has tried to reach out to you guys that don't believe in it on TikTok to squash the beef, but you won't. So we try to block you, but here you make another account, and here you come with the same bull crap. If you're not here to unite and save the children, stay the hell out of my inbox, stay the hell out of my comment section, stay the hell away from us. If you don't believe in us and we're just crazy people, stay the hell away from us. End of story. That's all I gotta say about that. And pretty soon, I'm just gonna say this shit, and I'm sorry, it just pisses me off. The days of bullying and cyberbullying are done with. We're gonna start calling every single one of you guys out. We have the evidence to prove that you people that are claiming you're there for the children, you're not. You're profiting off of a movement. That is the lowest, sickest shit I've ever seen in my life. And you will be put on Front Street, and I'm suited. Don't worry about defamation, because I'm ready to go with my attorney. And on top of that, you keep reporting, mass reporting as patriots on there. Guess what? Baby, it's a big word called subpoena. And I can subpoena every record. And I dare for another one of my accounts to get reported and get took down. Because I will get my attorney to subpoena TikTok, and I will find out, and I will expose you. So the days of being children on that damn children app is done with. We're done. It's time to unite, drop your egos and your pride. And if you're not in it to win it, get the fuck out of our way. Sorry, I'm done.
No, don't apologize for your stance. Damn it. We don't apologize here.
I don't protest. I don't rally. I'm just real as it gets. And I'm tired of the fakeness. I'm tired of these people claiming to be patriots, but they're mass reporting other patriots. They're trying to take people down. We know, Q people know not to take your voice away. We don't report shit. We've showed our receipts. We've showed every single Q of my friends, showed their receipts where they don't report nobody. But y'all won't show yours. That's cowards. That's bullies. And that's not going to be stood for no longer. We're coming. We were pressed and poked in a corner long enough, and here we come. So get the fuck out the way. If you're not here to help us save humanity and to save the children, get out of our way. I'm done with it. I'm done.
I know.
I've been quiet. I've been quiet. I don't want to lose my count because we spend hours. We spend time. Like we dig and do the research. We find these clips and that clips. And for us to be discredited, or you don't have to believe in it. Just scroll the fuck on. Block me and scroll on. How hard is that? Instead, you want to make fun of people. I'm done with it. These people are about to be, and it's going to be all over TikTok soon. If you don't stop, we're going to expose and put you all out there. Just so you know. We have to unite. Our nation is falling. They're dividing us. You either jump on board, jump on the ship with us. If not, you leave your asset on the porch where all the puppies are. I mean, we have to save every child until they come home. Every human being, adult, woman, girl, man who's being trafficked. We want the names too of the Epstein. We want it publicly known. You're not going to get it. You think going somewhere is going to get it, and you're let me get it. They're not going to give it to you. You think Biden's going to come out with a scroll, and he's just going to unroll it on the podium and say, "Oh, let me put my glasses on so I can see it," and give you every freaking name? It's never going to happen that way. The Epstein list is out there. It's on the web. You can get it without going to DC to get it. So,
yeah,
I mean,
we had it. We had it in 2000.
I mean, it's just, to me, it just feels like a setup. But you're grown. You can do what you want to do. Yep. And we're not telling you not to go. I'm just telling you, in my opinion, which are like assholes. Everybody's got one. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, I feel like it's a setup. I feel in my gut. I didn't have a dream. Some people can do it, though. Some people do have premonitions and dreams. It's possible. It's called spiritual realm. Okay, we are actually spiritual in this world. Okay,
that's tomorrow night. This is what the Q movement did for me too, or not even Q, but this whole thing. Like, I went through my spiritual awakening through the same time you did, and I mean, I meditate and I have guides and I have intuition, and it's strong and it's been right more than it's been wrong.
When you feel right, when you feel
it's been right,
energy,
it's been right a lot.
Yes, and that's what a lot of these creators are trying to tell you, and you're trying to bash them, saying that they're not. You know what I'm saying? They're oh, you had a dream?
1:11 on the clock. I don't have dreams. I just doesn't matter. But
we're just trying to warn you, and you're getting so upset for what? Why are you getting so mad because we don't want to go? That's what's a flag right there. Mm-hmm. You're mad because we're not wanting to go. That is a flag. And then they didn't even tell you. You guys have known about this thing rally for a long time. And they didn't even tell you till the other day that, hey, my bad, I forgot to tell you guys. There's going to be some people there that don't like us. Folks done booked their damn plane ticket.
That's
that was a setup. I'm sorry. I don't care. Come for me if you want. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think it's best to go to your polls. I signed up to be a poll watcher here in my
That's where
state.
Tex and I, we differ on a lot of different things. But that's one thing him and I that agreed on. Like when it came to the protest, going to DC doesn't make a lot of sense. Like if
There's
you want to
nobody
make change,
there.
protest your state, protest your Congress in your state, protest your mayor's house. Like
Yes.
that's how you're
Show
really
up
going to
in
start
numbers,
making
yeah.
a difference. Yeah, show up in numbers
And
in
that's
your
what I
state.
did. So now I'm a poll watcher for Darren Bailey for the governor here in Illinois. And you know, you got to get involved. Like, you know, you don't have to go stomping down the, you know, wherever you want to go. But I mean,
Right.
if you want to do it, great. If you just want to get out of the house, hell, go do it, whatever. But in my opinion, and upon a lot of other people's opinions, they feel like it's not safe. It's not safe, and unless you want to go to jail, unless you know, I don't know, but just be
I get
careful.
it. No, and we get it. We get a lot of people too that I say this a lot too. You like if you're out here making videos and talking about things, you're doing something. If you are
Right.
working at the polls, you're doing something. If you are
It's keyboard
campaigning
warrior.
for if you are campaigning for a person on feet on the ground, door to door, you're doing something. If you're
Right.
having the conversation with your neighbor about who you're voting for and why, you're
You're
doing
doing
something.
something.
Your
Period.
videos matter. I get really sick of people being like, "Well, you're not. Well, you think you're really gonna make change by making videos?" The fuck yes, I do. The fuck yes, I do. I've been doing this for a really long time. I have
You
reached a
have.
whole lot of people. We have been banned a whole lot, so we've reached a lot of
Yes,
people
we
that don't
have.
agree with us. So yes, I do think that I'm reaching people, and I
Yes.
think what I do is important. Now, am I going to go work at the poll? Probably fucking not, because well, I don't need to. I live in Cowtown. Like the sheriff's going to be there, but I'm not.
That's another
if
thing
were,
you can do, guys. Go to your sheriff's department. Your sheriff has bigger
yeah,
power than anybody.
sure
Make
the
them
fuck
freaking-
does.
Yes, make them go to your sheriff's department. Make them watch 2,000 Mules. Make them run an investigation. Like, make them do this shit. That's how you make change.
Well, I'm gonna say something. I pissed a
What?
whole lot of the Q people off by doing this when 2,000 Mules came out.
Oh Lord, here we go.
So, do you
I didn't hear
remember?
this yet.
It's okay. I didn't mean to piss people off. This was just my opinion
That's
and my
all right.
perception. 2,000 Mules came out, and they basically, I problem with 2,000 Mules, one, because they charged. And then everybody's like, well, do you work for free? Well, yes, technically I do.
I get it. Yeah.
But they charge. And for something like this important that needed to be seen by every single person in the country, left and right, should have
Hey,
been
my
free,
charger.
in my opinion.
Oh.
So there's that.
It was free
Two-
for me on Rumble.
Was it free for you? A lot of people said they had to pay for it.
No, I went to Rumble and I found it, and
Nah.
it was free.
So
I
and
went
then
live
the
and showed
second,
everybody.
the second thing was the timing of it. And the last time that this had happened with the election odd phrase stuff, we have to be careful with wording here. Everybody said that they weren't going to vote no more because it didn't matter over Twitter. And then when 2,000 Mules hit, I saw the exact same thing. That the Twitter feed was, well, I ain't voting anymore then. Well, I ain't going to vote anymore. Well, what's the point of voting? And it totally just like tanked the morale of the entire base. And so I had this theory that a lot of that with the 2,000 Mules was done at a particular time when Roe versus Wade was also overturned. So you had the left that was all fired up to go vote to fix Roe versus Wade. And then you had the right who was all defeated and feeling pretty shitty because they just found out their election odd for eight. None of their votes counted, right? So they weren't going to go vote. Left going to vote in droves. So I came out and said something. And then I was called a patriot, which I was like, listen, I have never identified as a patriot to begin with. I am just me. I don't like labels. Okay. First of all. Second of all, fuck these nuts. I don't know what to tell you. This is my own opinion. But some of these Q people, I get kind of the frustration. Some of these Q people came at me fucking
You get some
hard.
bad apples though in groups, so
Super hard. And I was like, and I feel the same way about the other side. You get some bad apples. There's going to be bad apples on both sides. And I really wish people would remember that when they start to group. This is where I struggled, I think, with Kramer too, because he kind of grouped it all together. And I was like, man, I work with Shan every Saturday. She's fabulous. Like she come on and she's open and she's honest and she's, and I work with Tex is another one. Tex about as right gets. He's conservative and he's bullheaded and but he comes on my show and he's educational and he teaches people about different things and the processes. And I just wish there was like that more understanding, not to lump people all together into the separate groups. And remember that everybody's an individual, because then I get a lot of shit, because then people are like, I can't believe you would have them on. And I'm like, I didn't even know what they did. Like, I don't care what they did. Get out of my DMs.
All these
Karen.
creators, though, they need to stop with the drama. They need to stop affiliating themselves with other drama. We need to start talking more about the children, how we can save America, than to be wrapped up in drama. You know, like, we've got a certain person that I used to follow her a long time ago. And it just seemed like she was always in drama. And I'm like, man, if we could just get the hell out of the drama and put all that energy into like saving our country, that'd be great. Anytime now.
But that,
you know, that's the problem.
That's a choice. Right. That's a choice that people have to make on their own too. Because I used to be the same way. That was my content, was clapbacks and fuck yous. But I went through the spiritual awakening, and I got to this point where I was like, I got bigger things that I want to focus on right now. And it changed.
Yeah.
And so I think that will happen for people, but there's always going to be people. And we just
there is
as compassion as we can.
We just got to learn to turn that eye and to block and move on. But it's just so long when you sit there and you get poked and prodded in a corner for so long, you're going to end up erupting. I mean, it's shit's about to blow. I mean, you can, when you put under that much pressure and that much bullshit, and you got so many. We're trying to save lives. We're trying to wake people up to see the truth, because the life that we're going to live after all this is said and done is going to be beautiful. We have to fix our drama, fix our bullshit to rebirth a new nation. This is a restoration. This is not the end of times. You have to understand that. It's the end of times. It's, no. God's
it's a great awakening. Yes.
Right.
Good. We agree on that. I get a lot of shit for that too. People are like, "This is the Great Reset." Man, I just don't see it that way. I don't. The Georgia Guidestones are destroyed. There's no great. There's none of that. This isn't that. This is the great. This is the shit.
And mainstream media is putting it out that this October 8th rally is a QAnon conspiracy thing, right?
Right.
So these folks that are non-believers of Q are wanting to rally up and go to a QAnon conspiracy theory rally. Make that make sense, guys. You're supporting it, but yet you're bashing us for supporting it. It just don't make no sense. Some things you just what the hell?
I hear you.
But I think soon people, I can't tell you, Ship, how many times I've had somebody in my comment section saying, because of you, I know this now. Or because of you, I see this. That is fucking beautiful. Because let me tell you, 15 accounts ago, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, it was like people bashing you and oh my God, you really believe that? It's the same wing of the bird and da da da. You know how many times I've heard that shit? If I had a dime for every time someone said it's a conspiracy theory or it's fake or it's a psyop, I'd be rich. I would, you know what I'm saying? But now I don't see as many of those comments as I used to. And that to me is fucking beautiful, because that tells me that America is waking up and they're getting stronger and smarter and they're doing research. You just got this feudal, group that's, wants to create the division and controversy. But to see people wake up and then to tell you, thank you. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for giving me my eyes and my ears and everything. You know what I'm saying? That is the main goal of us Anons. That's all we want to do. We don't want to be popular. We don't want to be save a hero person, or that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to give you, because we was once like you. No, not like you, but
I was a Democrat. Voted for Obama.
There's that.
There's that.
We just want to save people.
I know. But Jess, we are well over our hour. This was a fantastic live. Do you want to leave everybody with a little something before we wrap for tonight?
I love you guys. Thank you for showing support. Please try to be better. Get away from the drama. Get away from the bullshit. If you don't know, ask questions. Question everything. Just try to be a little bit more loving and caring for us, man, and try to keep an open mind. We don't want you to believe it, but just do your own research and man, start talking more about saving the children, please. Get out of the drama.
I'm here for it. Jesse, thank you so much for coming on. You guys in the comments, thank you so much for being here.
Guys.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We love your faces. We are live tomorrow night with, what is tomorrow night? Tuesday.
There you go, folks. There you go. That was one of our own Alabamians. Kudos.
That was awesome. Stay the hell out of chat.
Shut the fuck up. But anyway, hey, any last comments?
Oh, I thought we had a wonderful show for Labor Day. I thought that was great, and Anon Lone Ranger had a lot of stuff to say, so we really need to get that over to them because they had a lot of really nice things to say that they had overthought it. They thought something differently about them, and they really learned tonight. I thought that was pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, I was watching the comments. I was.
No, you were in chat. I know.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, folks, thank y'all for joining us right here on Real Patriots Voice. As we covered the Shipwreck Show with our girl, JJ. That's what I call her. Anyway, home girl, Alabama. And remember, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your property. Always be prepared. See y'all tomorrow night.
We fought a revolution to secure your liberty. We wrote the Constitution as a shield from tyranny. For future generations, this legacy we gave to make you the land of the free and home of the brave. The freedoms we secured for you, we thought you'd always keep. But tyrants labored endlessly while your parents were asleep. Now your freedom's gone, your courage is lost, you're no more than a slave in your land of the free and home of the brave. You buy permits to travel, permits to own a gun, permits to start a business or build a place for one. On land you think you own, you pay your yearly rent. But you don't have a voice in saying how that money's spent. Now your children attend a school that doesn't educate, and your Christian values can't be taught according to the state. You read about your current news in a regulated press and pay more taxes than you owe to that thing called IRS. Your money's no longer made of silver or gold. Trade your wealth for paper so your life can be controlled. And you pay for crimes that make your nation turn from God in shame. And now you've taken Satan's number, traded in your name. You give your government control to those who could do you harm, so they could padlock churches and steal the family farm and keep the nation deep in debt while putting men of faith in jail, and then harass your fellow countrymen while your corrupt courts prevail. Your public servants don't uphold the solemn oaths they've sworn, and now your daughters visit doctors so their children won't be born. You send guns and artillery to foreign shore, and then you send your youth to slaughter fighting other people's wars. Could you regain the freedoms for which we fought and died, or have you lost your courage and your faith to stand with pride? Are there no more values for which you fight to save? Or do you wish your children to live in fear and be a slave? And people of this republic, it's time to rise and take a stand. Defend the Constitution, the supreme law of your land. Preserve your great republic and every God-given right. And let us pray to God to keep that torch of freedom burning bright.
As I awoke, he vanished. In the mist from which he came, his words were true. We are not free. We have ourselves to blame. For even now, as tyrants trample each God-given right, we only watch and tremble, too afraid to stand and fight. If he stood by your bedside in a dream while you're asleep and wondered what remains of our rights he fought to keep, what would be your answer if he called out from the grave? Is this still the land of the free and the home of the brave?